Hello, in this short video we will look at importing data from Excel to tax1099.com. To start, I'll select Excel Spreadsheet from the Import menu on the left. Select the type of data you wish to import. I'll select 1099 Miscellaneous. You have two options at this point. You can download the template, which already has the right column headings needed for import, and copy and paste your data into that template. Or you can import an Excel file you have already created and match the column headings in your spreadsheet to the fields in tax1099.com during the import process. We'll imagine that we downloaded the template and copied data to the right columns in our spreadsheet, but I did change the name of one of the column headings so you can see what it looks like to match column headings in the system too. We also have some missing data in our spreadsheet, so we can go through the process of correcting errors. Take note of the number of records you are importing, which in this case is 999 records since the first row is our column headings. When you're ready to upload your data, click Select and browse to locate the file. Click Next. If one or more of the column headings in our spreadsheet do not match the field names in the database, we are given the option to map them here. Here we are in the Payer section of the form, so we will select Payer Address 1 for what data should display. I'll also select the tax year. Scroll down and click Next. The Edit Grid displays with the data we are importing. Click the filter icon in the flag column heading to view any records with errors on this page. Any vendor you want to create a 1099 for needs to have a green dot next to the name. You can download the errors in the data by clicking the Download Error List button, but let's correct these errors. Click on the vendor name when data is missing or invalid to make corrections. Looks like we're missing the zip code here. I'll view the next record. We need address information. And our last error record. We're missing the EIN. And I'll click Update. I'll now remove our filter. Now we no longer have any errors, though you can also use the Edit button to change box numbers or amounts here if needed. You can also select multiple vendors or all payments for the payer and use the Apply to Select a Recipients option to change multiple box numbers at the same time. When updates are complete, you can export the data to Excel or move forward with the process. By default, the system displays 100 records per page, so if you increase the number of records that display to 1,000, it will simplify your process for selecting vendors before moving to the next step. You can also use Select All to select vendors across multiple pages. And I'll click Next. Here we see that all 999 records uploaded successfully. On the Select Forms page, use the Schedule All Vendor e-file button to choose the date to send the information to the federal agencies in bulk. You can delay the e-file to the IRS up to March 31st to give yourself extra time to make changes to filing information without having to issue corrected forms. You have the option to schedule an e-file date for each individual record too. On this page, you can choose the delivery method, email or mail, to send copies to the recipients. If you want to print and mail the forms yourself, make no selection in those columns. TIN matching is available here to prevent penalties for mismatched taxpayer ID and name combinations. State filings to non-combined federal-state filing states can be chosen here if applicable. You can also view a preview copy, edit, or delete forms at this point. Select the vendors you want to create forms for, or use Select All, and click Next. The same applies here. If you want to increase the number of records that you are selecting at the same time, you can bump that number up before selecting records and moving to the next step. This message states that you have opted to print and mail 1099s yourself and that you can use the Manage Forms screen to change that later. Enter your payment details here and click Pay Now. We will send you a confirmation email and a receipt for the payment. Email copies go into our queue to be sent as soon as possible. Mailed copies go out within 24 hours. You can check the status of copies from the dashboard. We have now completed the steps to import data from Excel into text1099.com.